Hello guys, let's talk about the murder of Abby Chu, the Hong Kong socialite of Chinese descent, who was killed by her ex-husband and her ex-husband family because of a property dispute which belonged to her. Before getting to this crime story guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that we can get up to 1,000 subscriptions. And do not forget to also like this video so that it can go viral. With that being said, let's get into this crime story. On the 25th of February 2023, Abby Chu, the Hong Kong socialite of Chinese descent, was discovered dead. On Monday, the 20th of February, in Tin Kok Road, Long Mai Village, Tai Po, Hong Kong. Abby Chu is a 28-year-old Hong Kong woman who hails from a very wealthy family. Her family has been believed to have businesses in Hong Kong and also in mainland China. She is believed to have a net worth of 100 million Hong Kong dollars, that is close to 10 million US dollars. She owns a luxurious property at Ho Man Tin, which is known as Kaduru Hills, which is worth 45 million Hong Kong dollars, that is 4.5 million US dollars. She owns another luxurious property in Lai Chi Kok, which is known as Manhattan Hills. Around 18 years of age, she got married to Alex Chi Kwong Kong, and she had 2 daughters out of that marriage. But the marriage wasn't a happy one, so they decided to go their separate ways. She later on divorced Mr. Alex Chi Kwong Kong. After she divorced her ex-husband, she continued taking care of her ex-husband and her ex-husband's family. That is taking care of her ex-father-in-law, her ex-mother-in-law, and her ex-brother-in-law financially. She went further to give her ex-father-in-law an apartment in one of the prestigious properties which she owned at Ho Man Tin, known as Kaduri Hills, meaning her ex-father-in-law is legally the owner of the apartment house in that luxurious property at Ho Man Tin. So guys, this is the property. So this means her relationship with her ex-husband and her ex-father-in-law's family was a wonderful one. Peaceful and not problematic between her and her ex-husband and his family. On the 9th of December 2016, she got married to the son of the founder of Tam Jai Yunnan Mixan. That will be her second marriage. And in this marriage, she had 2 children, a boy and a girl. So together, she's got 4 children. From her previous marriage, she had just 2 children with her ex-husband, which she got married at the age of 18. They had 2 girls. Now, with this marriage with her second husband, she's got 2 children, a boy and a girl. But there was a problem. Her marriage wasn't registered, meaning if she dies, her property will belong to her ex-husband, Mr. Alex Kwong Kong Chi. Her marriage to Mr. Tam Chok Kwan, whose father is the founder of Tam Jai Yunnan Mixan, was a secret one. She never let her ex-husband's family to know that she has gotten married for the second time, but the marriage wasn't registered. That was a secret. On June 2022, she decided she wants to sell one of her luxurious properties, that is Kaduru Hills at Ho Man Tin. And it is in the same property which she gave her ex-father-in-law an apartment, signed and delivered to him as his own property legally under the law. But her ex-father-in-law disputed the sale of her Kaduru Hills property because he owned an apartment there as his, legally his, as given to him by his ex-daughter-in-law. She pressed on, insisting that she wants to sell the Kaduri property, and told her ex-father-in-law to get out of the apartment, that she has already bought him an apartment somewhere else. But her ex-father-in-law refused, that he's not going to leave the apartment. Now, mind you, her ex-father-in-law is a retired sergeant police officer. The problem here is, why did he resist leaving the apartment which his ex-daughter-in-law gave it to him under his name legally? Why did he resist? Because he knew very well that if he can kill his ex-daughter-in-law, that Kaduri Hills property will belong to his son, and his apartment will still belong to him, so he's not gonna leave the apartment. Now, mind you, his ex-daughter-in-law had bought him a different apartment somewhere else for him to move inside that apartment with his wife and his other son. Remember, they're from a very poor family, so she was the one supporting them after her divorce with her ex-husband. She kept on supporting them and even gave, like I said, her ex-father-in-law that apartment in a luxurious property known as Kaduru Hills, and legally gave it to him in his name. So now she decided that she wants to sell the Kaduru Hills property, and told her ex-father-in-law, okay, I've bought you another property somewhere else so that you can leave Kaduru Hills and move over there and live with your family. Why? Because I want to sell this property Kaduru Hills, and the buyer will not let me sell it if you are still an owner of an apartment in the property. So her father-in-law refused, that there is no way he is letting her sell her own property, her own very own property, and that he is not leaving his apartment for another apartment somewhere else which her ex-daughter had bought for him. Her lawyer told her that if she can prove that She is the one who transferred the property to her father-in-law's name. Then, when she sells the entire property, she can gain some proceeds from his apartment, which belonged to him, which she gave it to him, now belong to him legally, but she has sold it. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying here because it's a very complex crime story. Of which she agreed, she delivered the documents to her lawyer. Her ex-father-in-law discovered that she had been married for the second time and even have a child in that marriage. But there was one thing, her second marriage wasn't registered. So if he can kill her, his son will automatically become the owner of Kaduru Hills property at Home Mountain and Manhattan Hills in Lai Chikok. All of her properties will become the properties of his son, who happens to be Abichu's ex-husband. So her ex-husband's family came together and decided to hatch out a plan around the beginning of December to kill her. Her father-in-law, who is a retired sergeant police officer, decided that, oh, I'm going to buy an apartment along my village, very far away from Hong Kong. We are going to lure her to come into that apartment. We are going to kill her and use an electric saw to saw or decapitate her body. Then use a meat slicer to grind her body. Then we are going to cook her body and put inside the refrigerator so that it shouldn't get rotten and smell. That was the plan, to kill someone who has been so wonderful to them. Even after divorce, she still went a long way to take good care of them, financially, because her ex-husband was from a very poor family, like I said. So she took it upon herself to financially take care of them even after the divorce. But they paid her back with this malicious intent to kill her. In order to lure her into Longmere village to kill her, her ex-father-in-law decided that her chauffeur, which happens to be her ex-brother-in-law, which he gave him the job as a chauffeur because he's a very poor man, he is going to pick her up and bring her along my village, pretending that he is going to carry her to Scientific Park where one of her daughters were, so that she can pick up one of her daughters and bring home at her home at Kaduru Hills, where she is the owner of the luxurious property. So immediately her ex-husband called her up to come pick up one of their daughters, that he's so pressed and he's got so much doing, he will be unable to come pick up his daughter. So his ex-wife should come pick up one of their daughters at Scientific Park. She immediately called her chauffeur, who is her ex-brother-in-law, who came forward to pick her up at a 7-seater car. A 7-seater car. So guys, this is the CCTV footage at Kaduru Hills of her ex-brother-in-law, of her preparing to, to enter inside the 7-seater car, of which her ex-brother-in-law will be her chauffeur to take her to Longmai village, of which she thinks her ex-brother-in-law will be taking her to Scientific Park to pick one of her daughters. All was a lie made up by her, her ex-husband and her ex-husband's father. Immediately she entered the 7-seater bus, her ex-brother-in-law suffocated her and made her go to an unconscious state of sleep, of which she cannot feel or hear anything around her. Then immediately took her to the apartment along my village, which her ex-husband had bought. He removed her unconscious body from the car and carried her into the apartment house where her ex-husband had bought for them to kill her. She was unconscious sleeping. When she woke up, they started having an argument. According to, the confession of one of the neighbor who heard an argument between a man and a woman, shouting all over, but she didn't really care because she had a lot on her hands during that afternoon. It was unclear what happened, if she was stabbed or she was shot. But the truth, at the end of it all, they killed her. Then they went ahead to decapitate her dead body. Her dead body was decapitated with an engine saw. Then they used a meat slicer to grind the body, then cook the dead body, and put inside the fridge. But right now her head and her arm are missing. Her head and her arm are missing. Abby Choi's friend and Abby's second husband were busy waiting for Abby, but to no avail. They called and called and called, to no avail. So they thought it was a case of a kidnapping something, and they were waiting for the kidnappers to call them so that they can give and ask for ransoms, and they were prepared to pay any amount of ransom. So on the 20th of February 2023, she was killed. They waited throughout the 20th of February, the later part of the 20th of February, right up to the evening, and they couldn't get any call. So 20th of February, 21st of February, 23rd of February, 24th of February, they were waiting. They thought, oh, she had been kidnapped because she's a very wealthy woman, and they were waiting for the kidnappers to ask for a ransom. but the kidnappers never called. So they immediately reported the matter to the police. And the police looked at the CCTV footage at Kaduru Hills, and they saw that she entered the seven-seater car, of which her ex-brother-in-law is her chauffeur. They immediately arrested her ex-brother-in-law. After hard interrogation by the police on her ex-brother-in-law, he revealed that they had a plan to kill her so that his brother, her ex-husband, would be the one to inherit all of her wealth, since as her second marriage had not been registered. The police immediately dashed off in action to arrest her ex-father-in-law and her ex-mother-in-law, while her ex-husband was at large. Everyone kept on searching for her ex-husband, and they arrested her ex-husband, Mr. Chi Alex Kwong Kong. Was arrested departing from the waterfront trying to move into mainland China. So he was arrested around 1 p.m. on Saturday. That's yesterday. All the four family members, that is her ex-husband, her ex-brother-in-law, her ex-father-in-law, her ex-mother-in-law, are going to face murder charges. Now, the police broke into the apartment. They saw a meat slicer. They saw an engine saw, to saw up her decapitated dead body. Then in the fridge, they saw her dead body in the fridge. Her dead body, and they saw the clothes which she was wearing. As seen here at the CCTV footage, when she boarded the seven-seater car with her ex-brother-in-law as her chauffeur, going to Scientific Park, according to her knowledge, of which her ex-brother-in-law was taking her to Long Mai village where she was gonna be killed. So this is crazy. This is a case of gross abuse of someone's good heart. This is a case of ingratitude. A retarded ex-husband's family who can't get rich, but decided that, they're going to steal the wealth of someone's daughter, whom that person had worked hard and passed his wealth to his daughter to live happily. And they decided that they're going to kill this person's daughter and claim her wealth as theirs. This is crazy. And Abi Choi, throughout, what I've said here, she wasn't a very wicked person. She never hated her husband's family. She was there for them financially. Like I said, she bought an apartment in a Kaduru Hills, luxurious Kaduru Hills property, and gave it to her ex-father-in-law and put it in his name, and even gave her ex-brother-in-law a job as her chauffeur. She was a very wonderful woman. She took care of them financially after she divorced their son. Why would they treat her like this? Why would they kill her? So guys, never you married. My advice is a woman should never get married to a very poor family, because there is no need for a rich family. If a woman is getting married, a wealthy woman is getting married to a rich family, for the rich family members to kill her, to steal her wealth. But in a poor family, they'll try to take advantage of her, to kill her, to steal her wealth, so that her wealth can become theirs. So guys, that is all I have for you guys. Love you all.